morning YouTube, welcome to Wednesday. So we're going to do something a little bit different today just to try it out, see what we can do different. We're going to try Pokemon. As you know, this is originally a Pokemon channel. My journey from the extremely lonesome manly man with a beautiful family, travelling across the world, searching far and wide for a World Championship in London to win 2020. Now, was ever going to win that? No. We're going to have some fun? Hopefully. Is it going to happen again next year? Hopefully. Because apparently it's going to be here next year as well. I'm going to give it a go. We've got obviously a whole... Well, I hate the fact like England's weird because obviously you've obviously seen I've been doing Yu-Gi-Oh stuff lately, so you know Yu-Gi-Oh does like a lot of tournaments. Like they spread up everywhere in the UK, in Europe. There's I feel like 50 a year in just the UK alone. So if you know somewhere you can go there, you can get your invite. That's it. You're done for the rest of the year. You go to well European worlds. I mean, I hate the fact they call them worlds. It's not really worlds. America is not world. Europe's not worlds. Oceania, it's not worlds. It's regional. It's essentially European regional, and you're the champion of the region. So, stop saying worlds. World doesn't make sense. But yeah, let's try it again. I mean, as I was trying to say, Pokemon in Europe is really weird. I know you can build points up by obviously going to your locals, doing the mini tournaments, but we only hold like 5 full-fledged tournaments in Europe a year. We have one in Sheffield, got one in Liverpool. We used to hold one in Birmingham when they used to do the VGC, but I don't think they do that in Birmingham anymore. So we used to have 5 just in England. There's I think 2 in Germany, and then I think there's 1 in Spain. So we now do 5 a year across millions of people trying to become better card players. I mean, what is it? There's probably, I think Pokemon was saying that on average there's like 3.2 million players of Pokemon in Europe. So you're saying to me that these 5 places are enough for these people? I don't think it is. But tangent is a tangent. Let's go into this video. We're going to show you currently what the market watch is in the last couple of sets. Obviously, you guys are probably thinking, like, you know, what's the point? Remember, Pokemon is a modern format, rotational format, very similar to how Magic works. There is a legacy, obviously, in Pokemon, but that's very old stuff, and that the price is the prices. Same with Magic. Yu-Gi-Oh is very much the exception to the rule, where if it came out in Legendary Duelist 12 years ago, it's still playable now. I don't know, it wasn't a Legendary Duelist 12 years ago, I'm just making it up. So Legend of Blue Eyes from the original 2002 set. Obviously it's got reprinted recently, but I'm just saying, you know, if you were to physically pull out a Blue Eyes, or I think it's Tri-Horn Dragon, I think that's what I have, and I would put it in a deck and always to play it, that's perfectly legal. Yeah, you can't pull a Charizard from 1998 and put it into a modern standard deck. They'd be very confused at what you're doing. So, let's go. It's 3 minutes long intro, it's too long. Let's go. And here we go. So, going to do a few gold cards, because they just seem very different in this set compared to a lot of other sets. And then we'll go through a lot of the more expensive cards in Sword and Shield. You're going to notice something, obviously, when we get into it. So, Frostmoth. In this set, and I'm pretty sure they're going to do it in the next set as well, they turned, essentially, the promo cards, which were so if you don't know how it works, you get a preview set come out in Pokemon, very similar to obviously other sets. There's normally 4 Pokemon in the set, and they are from the actual set themselves. They'll have alternate artwork, but they'll do the exact same thing, but they'll be promos, so they'll be Black Star promos. Frostmoth is very good, Galarian Berserker is very good, and I'm pretty sure the Rillaboom from that set was really good. I can't remember who the 4th one is right now, but they weren't as good as the other 3, but I think they were still okay. But for whatever reason, in Rebel Clash, and I think in Darkness Ablaze, and I'm going to presume in the following set after that, they've taken cards from the set before, and they've gold carded them, which I think is really, really nice. So, as you can see, Frostmoth is here. There are 9 other versions. Now, the thing that Card Market does is actually give it you in the other languages. Well, the Asian languages, because it comes from the other sets. So, we have Rebel Clash in English, and the aforementioned, obviously, translations in other countries, Portuguese, Spanish, French, German, Italian. In Japanese, I don't know if it works the same way, it's Rebellion Clash. So it's very similar. But let's start the price off. As you can see here, we're looking around about the 44.95 euros mark. We have one English here from a Star Seller. Oh, it's a they're all foils before someone tries to trick you. 50 euros. That is a good price. Last time I checked on these, which was a while ago, I'll be honest, these are about 70 euros. So they are starting to come down in price. Now, as I've said in my videos, Bling wins games, because people are too busy going, oh, Mascherino's card, you see that what you're doing sometimes, because People are very easily distracted with shiny things. Depending on how you want to play this deck, I know most people are running 2 of in these. Again, you don't need to run this. You can happily just use the cheaper version that I think is currently running around the £3 to £5 mark, if that's something to you. Again, if you're someone who wants to bling out their deck, gold rarities in this set do look really, really nice. They have, like, I'm going to basically say it's like a glitter effect on the foiling, and if you rub your fingers across it, it's very grainy. I'm not saying you should rub your fingers across it because you could damage the card. Nonetheless, Galarian Berserker. Now, if you know what my deck is, I happily have 2 of these in my deck, because I don't know if I can get larger. I can't. I'm a terrible person. Essentially, steel type moves, I believe, do 20 extra damage, which at the time meant that Zacian, obviously my deck is the Zacian deck, could knock out any Pokemon besides, I think, VMAX Snorlax. Everything else was basically one-shotable because of the way I was running the deck. But English 32s, again, if you're running something very similar, it's a very pretty card. If you haven't got any collection, you like me, more of a collector than you are a player, besides obviously that one deck I have. It's beautiful. Again, it's coming down in price. Last time I looked, these were going for about 60, so they've definitely dropped in price. This chap here has a playset of them, but you are looking around about the 28 mark plus postage, so you're probably looking around about the 31 to 32 pound mark. Boss's Orders. So this has technically 4 cards. You've got the ultra rare, you've got the full art, you've got the reverse holo, and you've got the non-holo, I believe, which I thought was very strange. I would have thought this would have been a holo card, like the other good cards. You can see it's around about the 37 mark. Great card currently in any deck. Switch one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. Switch one of your opponent's bench Pokemon with their active Pokemon. You might think, what's that going to do? It's -1 card. Well, if that Pokemon's got like no HP and you just need to one tap to win the game, do it. A lot of decks are currently running the whole like switch around. You know, you got the Zacian out, you switch it out, you put your Jirachi in, switch it out, put your Zacian in, because obviously you can't use the Zacian's attack every turn, so you have to switch in and switch out. But yeah, lots in English, very good. Again, last time I looked at this price, it was around about the 40 mark. As you can see, it's still hanging around there. I kind of understand why. It's a great card, very attractive card. Just so you can see the lower end of rarity. So for the is a rare holo. So yeah, you are looking sort of around about the 6 to 7 mark. A lot of Germans in stock currently. Again, Pokemon doesn't do a first edition anymore. They just do a run. And Pokemon doesn't normally do a second wave of cards. They normally just do like one big bulk and that's it. So the first English we can see here is for €8, which is roughly around about the 720 mark plus postage, so you're probably looking about the £9 mark for this card. In all fairness, I've been seeing this card go currently anywhere between £10 and £15. Again, very good card. If you can fit it into your deck, definitely worth putting it in. So, just a quick look at what is this? Sword and Shield, just so you guys can see what I'm going with. So, currently, Zacian V, Goldie Boy, is the most expensive card from this set, costing you not quite a full booster in this case. So, unlike Yu-Gi-Oh, where generally Yu-Gi-Oh will have 1 or 2 cards for a long time that will generally be worth the price of a booster, Pokemon will almost never have that besides maybe a Charizard card that comes out. So when Charizard comes out, which I believe in Darkness Blazes, he's definitely going to be like a 150 to like £200 card, no matter if he's good or bad. He's a collector's item because he's a Charizard. Now, is that good? Is that bad? Money's money. People crack these open for money. People don't. Well, I've spoken to my partner in crime, and I've asked her if we can start opening our stuff on the channel. She says yes, so we will in the future. But normally when we open things, we are opening things for our collection. We don't sell. We're not traders. We're not vendors. We are just here to have fun. And that's how Pokemon should be looked at. Essentially, same thing with microtransactions. You are gambling. Once the fun stops, please stop. If you are looking to buy low, sell high, then you look at this card market. You look at this as a stock market. Is it bad? Not particularly. If you can get some of these cards when they were super cheap, I don't think they ever were in all fairness. But for instance, we pulled ours. So for the price of a pack, which was like, I think we paid like $3.20 for it because we got it from Game. So we got the big Snorlax cards with it. Yeah, we profited very high off this card. Anyway, back into it again. So we have Zacian, which is this boy here, currently running at the 70 euros mark in English, so you're looking around about the 63 mark. Again, we brought our original one from a friend for 65, and then we pulled one, so it took to be us. But yeah, that's where they're hovering currently. We posted, you're probably looking around the £65 mark. This guy's got a playset. Again, well, not quite a playset, it's 4 as a playset, but I don't think you'd ever run more than 3 of these anyway, due to what they are. Wait on. Yeah, 4's playset, yeah, how am I doing it? But yeah, and then you go to Germans, then we go to Spanish. I don't know why Spanish is more expensive. It's basically like Pokemon, I guess. But here you go, so the most expensive cards are still Zacian. Quick Ball hasn't really dropped below this price, all fairness, since the start of the set coming out. It's always been around the 18 to 20 mark, although apparently it's going a little bit higher. Cheapest in English is 27, so it has gone up a little bit in price since I last looked. So you're looking around about the 26 mark plus postage, so yeah, probably looking about 28 to 30, depending on postage and where it comes from. Where are we coming from? We are coming from Germany. Yeah, probably looking about £3 postage, so yeah, you're probably looking around about the £29, which, sad to say, is... Actually, no, not bad price, because they came out about 40, so what am I about? Yeah, they came out at 40, so that's not too bad at all. Marnie, version 3, £22. Again, when she came out, this was like a £70 card. This came out, it tanked drastically. As you can see, that was the 8th of February. Down, 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 up, down, up, down, up, down, down, down. So yeah, we're hitting lows. People obviously realising there's no point to this card in sets. Obviously, we're not playing anything currently. There's no point having the physical expensive copy unless you want it for a set. Personally, why these are cheap, because Pokemon very rarely bans cards, so I wouldn't worry about this. Why these are currently cheap, do look at getting yourself maybe your collector's edition, maybe your playset. Again, these cards are currently at the price now where they are cheaper than what cheaper to get a playset than it was to buy one originally, or basically a playset. And then we have Professor Research, both version 1 and version 2. Money the same here. Full art is just slightly cheaper than the Ultra. So you go, full art here is around about the 15. That's gone down in price because this was originally about a £40 card. Again, 15, 15, 15. Obviously, as I always say, if you can buy from the same person multiple copies, if that's what you're after, normally do that because it saves you a lot of money in postage. We can go from there. Version 3. It seems all of these are in English. If you're like me, a collector, this is a great price. Cheapest I've seen it so far. This was 70. This was like £90 when it came out originally. Obviously, it's tanked in price. I don't know if a lot got pulled. I don't know if it is literally because we're not obviously seeing any gameplay currently. But yeah, definitely get into it. Zacian, we've always just gone through it. He's always still worth his money. Then we have the Black Star Bremo singles. These are currently going for around the 5 mark. Now, I did see these when they originally came out. They were going for basically the price of the tin, because people were like, well, I want to play a cheaper version of Zacian, and people were that scrambling to get these. They were happy to pay basically £15 to £20 for a card that we're already paying £20 for, and people confuse me. But yeah, here you go. If you need to get a playset of these, again, a playset of this is normally free cards. You can only use 3 because they all get knocked out by you'll be knocked out by your costage of your 6 treasures. Sorry. But yeah, this guy's selling 8, so there you go. Zacian V, I believe this is the original one, not the funky one. Again, down in price, currently there. That's the online card, never mind, ignore that. You have now ruined it, sir. How dare you? A lot of Germans here. A lot of Germans here. First English is 11. How'd you look? You look like someone's flicked the shit at you. Yeah, okay. See why you're cheap. Next, English, Booster Fresh. What's with the edgeware? I did say to the wife that a lot of these cards have like some really weird edgeware in these new sets. I don't know what card pressers they're using, but they need to sharpen the blades. This coming from someone, by the way, that actually works in an industry where we use a very similar method for cutting our products. So I'm very surprised that looks a bit better. Yeah, there's lots of like incremental edgeware on a lot of the new cards, because for whatever reason, when the machine slices down, it's like dragging the card back up, so it's like flicking the edges, which is very annoying. Obviously, when you're a collector, obviously some people want to get the PSA 10s, and it's getting, no one say impossible, but it's getting very awkward. And then medium rarity, Zacian V. So the big sword boy, 25, which is, it's quite cheap. This is kind of the price mark where the original one was sitting at for a long time, between 21 and like 25. This was originally about a £40 card. Again, if you are interested in doing this collection, I'm going to say this now, unless you want to go for max rarity, cards like this are just a collection card, or obviously to sell if you want to try and make a little bit of money. But yeah, so you're probably looking around about the 24 plus postage, so maybe that 26, 27, depending on how much it is to post from Slovakia. And then just because it's the Golden Boy number 2, the one that we originally pulled, £42, which is roughly what it's been since it's been released. In all fairness, I don't think this card will ever see meta play. Maybe in a side deck somewhere, sorry, like a rogue deck somewhere, but yeah, I don't think it'll ever play in a big tournament as the All-Star winner. First English is €70, so I don't know if these are also awkward to get. Apparently there's only 46 currently available. If you really want to get this, that's up to you. Again, I've not really been checking out these prices for a while, but last time I checked when we pulled ours, I was a bit disheartened that it was about £40 for the gold. But it's keeping its prices high, which is obviously really, really good. But with that said, that's it for today. Thank you for joining me. This was a Pokemon Card Market Watch. If you did enjoy this, please let me know. Again, leave a like, comment, subscribe. If you dislike what I've done today, please leave a comment to say what you disliked. I can only get better if you tell me what I've done wrong. Leaving a dislike and then being disgruntled doesn't help either of us. But with that being said, time for me to go. We'll see you in Thursday's video. Depending on what time the postie turns up on Thursday or Friday, depends if we're going to do Toon Chaos opening or not on those days. That being said, what do you want to see? Do you want to see 48 packs being opened, or would you like to see 2 booster boxes being opened in 2 separate videos, so we can compare the ratios that way? Either way, comment down below. And for that, I say peace, 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 peace. We're looking peace out. Get out of here and sleep well. Goodbye.